Hey guys, how's it going today? Hope you're all doing well. I'm doing pretty good myself because I have finally found a defensive team that is just doing super well. It's beaten a ton of different variations of teams that Atraxi has thrown at it, and if you guys don't know, Atraxi is a very difficult opponent to set a defense against because he has like every option available to him for heroes, and yeah, he can come up with a lot of good teams to counter defenses. But anyway, I'm going to show you guys the team that I'm using, but first I want to talk about one of the heroes that are just extremely important to the team. At least until I added them, it really wasn't working. So anyway, let me pull up let me pull that hero up and we'll talk about it. So give me one sec. Alright, so there's actually two heroes I want to talk about, but the first one we're going to talk about is Leica. And I got this idea put in my head because I was watching one of Rex's videos and he was testing out artifacts and stuff in the friendly duels with all the, the season bonus powers and everything. And he had a team where Leica was doing some cool things, and I was just thinking, I use Leica constantly with Diana on my Dio teams, but I never really try to utilize her on my other teams, like my Heroic teams and things like that, and her skill set really does fit a lot of different teams. So, you get this nice Empyrean blessing at the start of a fight where you get 40 attack speed for 8 seconds, and then you also get 120 energy. And then she recasts this buff all throughout the fight every 12 seconds, the cooldown. And yeah, it's just a nice thing to have extra energy coming in, and especially at the start of the fight, all your heroes are starting out with a minimum of 120 energy. That's a huge advantage against the enemy team when you're trying to beat them to their actives and stuff like that. So yeah, she's a really solid buffing hero, and she also adds a little bit of damage at the opening of the battle too. So when the battle starts, 1 second into the fight, the initial cooldown of this skill is 1 second, but yeah, she'll cast this skill and it hits all the enemies with, I think it's like an aerial light or something they call it. Oh no, it's meteors. The aerial light's something else. But anyway, yeah, she summons meteors, it attacks all the enemies, and it reduces their physical defense by 12%. So that's really solid. Nice debuff on the enemy team. And then it also adds a little bit of damage. So if you remember the last couple videos I made, I was fighting Atraxi's Siren Cryonaya team. And the fights, I would target the Siren to try to get him killed instantly, be like the first kill. It would help set off Heroic, get him steamrolling, getting the rest of the team dead. But I was falling short of some of the time because I just didn't have enough damage. And then when I threw Leica on the team, she was able to provide that extra damage I needed to get the kill on Siren and allow Heroic to steamroll. And yeah, she's a solid hero that covers a lot of bases for you. So she's, buffing your heroes, she's providing some damage, she's also debuffing the enemy with their physical defense, which is huge for Heroic because he's physical damage, and yeah, it's just all around good. And then her mythic skill, she targets whoever she's targeting with her normal attacks, she's also going to hit them with meteors too. So yeah, she's doing some decent damage, and she can stun enemies that if they have a shield and she breaks it, they'll be stunned for 4 seconds, so that comes in handy every now and then. It's not super reliable, but it's alright. And then her Supreme Plus skill lowers physical defense by 25% when she does her ultimate, and her ultimate isn't going to come into play as much, but it is really nice ultimate because any of the heroes that are standing in that purple stuff she leaves behind, they will also be summoning meteors with their normal attacks on whatever target they are targeting. So yeah, that's Leica, and she's really good on more than just Diana teams. So the other hero I wanted to mention as a MVP for these fights is Hugin. This guy is he's so good. I mean, if you saw my video about him when he was on the raid up recruitment, I would told you guys that he was amazing for PvP, and if you wanted to pull for him, you should. But anyway, his shields are just, they're so strong. They add damage reduction, they make you CC immune, and they're just really strong shields. So yeah, we're not going to read over his skills, but I just wanted to point out that he is going to be one of the other MVPs for these fights. So yeah, and yeah, it's a 30% damage reduction on when you have a shield, a cog shield from Hugin. So really solid. Let's go ahead and hop into these PvP fights and see what was going on. Right, so as you can see, we got attacked quite a few times. It looks like we got attacked 6 or 7 times, and we won all of them except for one. And these 2 fights he used the same team, so we won 1 and lost 1. So that's probably his best team to fight mine, but it so far it's only a 50% win rate, so not the best, but you know, it is what it is. Anyway, let's check out his first team that he tried against us, and it is his Siren Cryonia team with Ludovic, Dunliner, and Freyesto, all P4. I think every team he's tried is full P4. We are almost full P4, but we have a P2 Dunliner, so that's our only disadvantage Paragon wise, so we're pretty even. But anyway, let's go ahead and hit replay and talk about what happened in these fights. Alright, so start out pretty normal. We get a decent damage on the Illusion Freyesto, and we get a kill on that, and that helps us get our Harak to steamroll. We block the Cryonia's active, and then Harak is able to just take her out, and that pretty much it seals the deal for us, gets us the win. He doesn't really have any more win conditions, and yeah, there goes Freyesto, there goes Dunliner. We're good to go. Now, there's some more variations that he's tried, and we'll just go over all of them, because all the teams that he used are really solid teams that people use quite often on offense, at least at the higher rankings or whatever, like the top 5 on certain servers, things like that. There's a lot of divine teams and stuff, but this one he went with Harak, Damien, Freyesto, Cryonia, and Sylvina. I think he targets my Harak with the Sylvina. Well, no, I think he targets the Lily May, but since she's untargetable at the start, the Sylvina ends up going to the Harak, but she doesn't stun him with the opener. She just does her attacks to him. So it's not as good as if she could actually target the Cry or the Harak. Sorry, lost my wording there. But we take decent damage. Our Harak does, but he gets a shield from Hugin, which is going to provide a ton of damage reduction, and then he gets another shield, and now he's steamrolling because he was able to get the kill on the Harak, or on the Sylvina. Now the Cryonia doesn't active here, but since we have a shield, I'm pretty sure that's what allows us to keep moving, because, you know, any hero that has a shield from Hugin is CC immune, so I don't think that Cryonia can actually freeze us if we have a shield from Hugin. So that's another huge advantage to having Hugin on your team. Just massive advantage. Alright, so the next one was a Taylene, Freyesto, Tassie, Siren, and Bonnie. So this looks like a pretty epic team. Some pretty tough heroes in here, but let's see how we deal with this one. Alright. So once again, we are heal blocking with our Dunliner. So our Lily May is the one that's responsible for blocking all actives. She blocked the Siren active there, and then we get some nice shields from our Hugin, and our Harak is going to get a kill and steamroll here any second. There we go, got 1 kill. He's going to do his active, kills another one, kills another, and he's just going to go through the rest of the team. so yeah, it's I don't know, this team has just been so solid. Now, Leica does die some of the time, but, you know, it's alright because she's provided the buff at the start of the battle. She's also lowered the physical defense a little bit, and yeah, it is only a 10% physical reduction, but or 12%, but that's actually pretty big. 12% more damage, basically, on your physical attackers is pretty big. So the next battle is Dunliner, Bonnie, Ludovic, Harak, and Cryonia. Now this one actually we lost, so let's see what happens here. Alright. So, pretty normal start to the fight. We're getting some decent damage on the Dunliner, the enemy Dunliner, and if we can get the kill on him, I think this fight would go in our favor, but it doesn't look like we're going to get the kill. We blocked the Cryonaya active. Yeah, we didn't get the kill in time for our own Harak to really steamroll. His Harak got a kill before ours, and that took us out. So, yeah, we lost the race, the Harak race in that fight. Now, he decided to take the same team in and try again, so let's go ahead and watch this one. This time we actually win, and let's see, do we take out the enemy Dunliner before they can take ours out? And looks like we're doing some decent damage, and can we get the kill? Okay, we blocked the Cryonaya active, we killed the Dunliner. That's going to allow our Harak to do his thing, and that's what's going to get us the win. There's the Leica active, and yeah, we just finish off the rest of the team, and bam. Alright, so it looks like Leica and Harak were the only ones that survived that fight. Now let's check out, what do we have? Two more? Yeah, we got, no, one more defensive fight to check out, so give me 1 sec. Alright, so here is going to be the last fight on defense, and then we'll do an offensive fight, because I want to show you guys that this team actually works on offense too. So anyway, this team is actually an old Dio team that used to be very popular. I haven't seen this team in a while, but yeah, it's an oldie but a goodie. So we got Scarlita, Thorin, Smokey, Burial, and Diano. So let's go ahead, hit replay, and see how this goes. Alright, so starting out decently. We actually, our heroes stay together kind of nice, so the Burial doesn't get a bunch of shadows out on the battlefield. Harak, or Hugin and Leica aren't going to create shield or shadows because they stay right next to each other. We get some nice shields from our Hugin. As you can see, we are going to have a Dunlin or a Dio active here, and that's going to take out some of my team, but Harak is able to tank it because, well, Harak and Hugin, they both have really strong shields at the moment, and yeah, they're taking like no damage from this Dio, which is kind of crazy in reality. But anyway, we just have to take out the Dio there, and we got the win. So yeah, now let's just do one offensive fight and check this team out in offense, so you guys can see it in action. All right, now we were on map 3, and now we're on map 4 because you know, the defensive person chooses the map. But anyway, we are running Dunliner over here. Then we've got Lily May behind Harak so that she can target Siren. Then we have Leica behind Hugin, and she's not going to stay here mainly because she's too far away from the enemies and she needs to be closer. So she won't have the buff from standing behind Hugin, but that's alright. It's still really good to have Hugin on the team. I'm not using him just for that buff of having a hero stand behind him. But anyway, let's do this battle. We're gonna get some extra damage on the Siren from the Leica, and yeah, hopefully we get a nice strong opener. There's the Siren dead. Our Harak is gonna target the Cryonaya there, and should get a kill on her soon. Our Lily blocks the Cryonaya active, and got the kill. Now we just need to kill the tanks and the healer, and we're good to go. So this fight won't be an issue for us anymore. We'll go ahead and speed it up, actually. But yeah, that's the team. So it's a pretty solid team, actually. I'm kind of surprised because Leica is, I mean, she's always been good in my opinion, but I didn't really think about using her on anything but a Dio team because, you know, she provides that instant buff for him. But, you know, it's actually really strong for other heroes too. So keep that in mind. If you have these heroes, maybe give this a shot on your server, see if it works for you too. I don't know. Also, a lot depends on whether you have a Paragon disadvantage or an advantage, or if you're even. But anyway, that's going to be it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. Maybe got some team ideas or something. But anyway, yeah, that's going to be it. So please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
I really like brownness, yeah. It's yummy. play games with y'all.